Welcome to Mystic Musings with Tobie Hewitt. I'm Tobie Hewitt, and I'm your guide through time and space and all points in between. Mystic Musings will give you insight into who you are, why you are here, how to live an authentic life, and where you fit into the universe around you. Join me on this path of mystical exploration. Welcome to episode 67 of Mystic Musings with Tobie Hewitt. This week we will consider transformation as we continue our mystic journey. This week, the Ash card was selected from the Voice of the Trees Oracle deck created by Mickey Mueller. This deck is based on the meanings and guidance imparted by trees as interpreted through Celtic tree energy. The ash represents transformation and action. When we think of transformation, we can think of that occurring within an individual, within a community, or even globally. It speaks of a metamorphosis from one manifestation of a physical object, or an idea, or belief, or even behavior, into another. A very positive example is that of the caterpillar transforming into a butterfly. A very negative one is the destructive transformation of the delicately balanced ecosystems of the planet into imbalance, bringing on droughts, floods, tsunamis, and hurricanes. On a personal level, we can strive to transform ourselves physically, mentally, or emotionally into a manifestation more in keeping with the vision we have of ourselves. We can adopt a healthier lifestyle or seek to gain knowledge in an area that has become of interest to us. We can seek the guidance of a therapist in order to heal emotional wounds or to gain insight into aspects of ourselves that we feel need examination and understanding. When we are creative, we transform different elements into something that didn't exist before. We can take a lump of clay and fashion it into a cup that becomes both a work of art and a useful object. We can create a new technology to fulfill a need, for example, wind turbines or new ways of procuring water from the earth to sustain those without clean water sources. We can think individually or in community of new ways to create change in our society to make it one of a more equal and sustaining life for the all. In doing so, we may need to transform our conception and understanding of those who are not exact replicas of ourselves by broadening our connection to those outside our immediate community. This is one of the most important aspects of transformation that we need to pursue as we once again find ourselves in an environment that fosters an us versus them mentality that oozes into destructive practices that threaten to tear apart the world. Transformation takes effort. Even the caterpillar needs to expend energy to weave its chrysalis. And it needs to practice patience as it changes into the butterfly. And then more energy is expended as it exits its space of transformation and flies away. We transform from babies to toddlers to youngsters and teens and beyond. With each physical change, we change mentally and emotionally. And to begin with, we transform from a spirit to a physical being and then back to a spirit. We exist before entering our physical body as spirit, knowing our essential being as the truth of our existence. We make a plan for the next life, and once we have incarnated, we hold on to that information interestingly for the duration of our time of physical limitation and communication. If we are lucky, we remember bits and pieces of the time before, but usually we forget this information as we become comfortable in our body and learn to move and to communicate. This transformation separates us from the knowledge we carry, and every transformation we experience for the remainder of our physical lifetime becomes something new rather than something we remember as a part of a plan. As we prepare for the transformation or transition back to our spiritual being solely, this lack of knowledge and awareness fills many with feelings of dread and fear. As the time for this transition becomes closer, many feel the familiar presence of those we once knew who have passed over, and they help to guide us through the process. Actually, I think we have an intrinsic recognition of the process of the caterpillar metamorphosing into a butterfly. Deep inside our core of being, our spirit knows it is a chrysalis type form as we traverse the physical plane, and then it is released from the physical as it flies free to return to the spirit home. This week, try to think of ways you can pursue positive transformation in your life. Do something creative artistically, or join others in action to create a change you would like to see in the world. Please join me next week for episode 68 of Mystic Musings with Tobie Hewitt, when Spirit will surprise us with new ideas as we continue our mystic journey. Thanks for listening to this episode of Mystic Musings. Please join me every week to continue our exploration of all things mystical that can help you have a more practical and magical life. Please visit my website, tobiehewitt.com, for more information and to read my blog postings. And join me also at pathwaystomindfulness.org to learn how you can schedule a presentation. I'm available for mindfulness training, demonstrations of psychic abilities, and individual readings. I also have a number of books on mystical topics on Amazon.com. I look forward to hearing from you and answering your questions. Please contact me through tobiehewitt.com.